This Lion fan base have been craving home playoff football since this building opened in 2002, and they've got it today at Ford Field in Detroit. Coming up, an important divisional round matchup in the NFC between the Green Bay Packers and the Detroit Lions. The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend of the NFL is underway. First play from scrimmage. Watson going to throw it. That's swung out wide to Sanders. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. A good safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped. But what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, ends up spilling it for a loss.
Watson. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And out across midfield down to the 45. His first catch of the divisional round goes for a first down. He had 5 catches last week in their wild card win. A give running left. It's Sanders. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Watson's throw on target to James. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Man open, that's Rader. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And now the rookie's free. And into the end zone. A scoop and score on the fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
The defense thought they had that play covered, but it still got driven backward by those blockers. Those types of plays are a key part of any team's offensive game plan. It all starts up front in the trenches.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Off of play action, it's Watson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, and it's 3rd down.
Oh, they'll certainly be on the tablets going over that one for sure. Clearly, they were expecting something else out of the defense and couldn't adjust to make that completion happen.
Throwing on third down, Watson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hip, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, they moved the ball okay here in these first two drives, but this one's going to, again, amount to nothing. They've got to start dialing up some plays that allow them to finish drives with points.
Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 23. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the Lions will take over. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Next, the receivers help spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
From the 31, Hill. A quick throw, but incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now it's Hill. Steps away to his left. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And he is going to have a Lions first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. 2nd down, here's Chubb again. And some room to roll now. Touchdown, Detroit. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you get the defensive touchdown early, give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, we've had that conversation with prior to the game. They always say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll get this to the 24, and it's 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Watson's throw complete there to McLeod. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one a first down. To throw is Watson. Eluding the pressure right. And Watson has enough for the first down yardage as he slides to the turf. 13-yard gain yet again, just like last play. On first down, Watson. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they're in a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Watson's throw taken in by Adams. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Just 3 catches in the wild card victory for him a week ago, and now he's got his first here, and it's good for a first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. From the red zone now, Watson. Left side here, that's the tight end Fant. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And completes it to Kirk over the middle. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. And the first play will be a field goal try. This a 27-yard attempt here. Zuerlein's kick is up and through. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. Second and 10. Hill again. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 83 yards rushing for him now as he has been strong here in the first half of this divisional round matchup.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Hill. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield. Everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield. And he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Hill. He gets this one to Johnson. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Hill looks to throw. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
On 1st and 10, Hill. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Off of play action, Hill. And, oh, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal, because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And he is not going to get to the marker as they stop him short at the 14. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Blankenship's kick is good. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
On 1st and 10, Watson throwing the out route, and he connects with Fant. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
To throw again on 2nd down. Watson going right back to Fant. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down. Now it's Watson. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's James. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. And, of course, that's not an easy man to sack. You know how elusive he can be trying to get outside of the pocket. That was a great play on the defensive side.
And I wonder what was going through his mind, because he didn't seem as committed to using his legs to pick up yardage. He wanted to keep that play alive to either take off and go or throw it away. But he held on to the football and ended up getting sacked.
The offense on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 2. Watson now to throw. James has got it. Complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Noah Fant, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers have got it back to within a score. Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and that slices the lead down to 17-10. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added on to their lead, but that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game, but we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, and we know that's not true.
Yeah.
Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Hill off the bootleg. That's out to Chubb, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a 1st down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. They run again on 1st down, Chubb. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he's going to get this one down to the 30.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Throwing on 3rd down, Hill. And that will be incomplete. Oh, he left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring up 4th down. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football.
Partner, I think they saw something there. I mean, they came from the right side deliberately, and you know there's always a designated guy who goes and blocks it, but it's the rest of his teammates that get him free.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
Looking deep for Adams. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. From his end zone, Travis Homer. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And again, it's Chubb. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 134 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Chubb running right. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. And they'll send the tight end in motion. They'll try the air now with Hill. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And, oh, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Hill now to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this 3rd quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. 2nd down, back to Sanders. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
And Brandon, you know that expression, he just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key 1st downs and big runs.
This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game, but in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They'll try and run right on the option. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Deshaun Watson taking it in from 14 yards out. And the Packers are an extra point away from drawing level. Zuerlein good with a PAT. And that will level the playing field at 17 all. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. The interception on the last drive proved costly, led to the tying score, so 17 all as they come up on a 1st down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 152 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
They run it again with Chubb. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 16 more on that one and another 1st down. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 1st down gains.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. A give running right is Chubb. They find some open field here. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A big hitter there. A 1st down gain of 26 yards. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all 11 on defense. Able to stop this guy. Unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
A give. This is Chubb. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Handoff comes to Chubb. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their #1 goal every game is stop the run. And right now, they're not doing that, and that really chips away at your confidence.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. On 3rd, here's an option play right. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Taysom Hill, 15 yards. And the Lions have moved out in front. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Here's Watson. And that's complete to Adams. And he is going to have a Packers first down. They needed 5 there on third down. He winds up getting 7. I think everyone in the stadium saw that big hit coming.
And I, as a former defensive back, have to admit I'm a little disappointed. He actually was able to hold on to the ball. He brought the lumber on that play. Give my man a whole lot of credit for taking the hit and possessing the football.
And picking up the first down. And here's a throw off the scramble, and that's complete out left. Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw, Watson. He's got the hook up to McLeod. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. To throw is Watson. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Daron Payne coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there. Said not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, so much for holding them to a field goal. The pressure they got home on the previous play didn't hear, and that bought their quarterback some time to find a receiver, and it sets up a 1st and goal.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the Packers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And as a fan of the NFL, not much more you could hope for in this divisional round matchup. Tie game, 4th quarter, A lot of these fans with their hearts in their throats waiting to see what happens here. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It was JPP that time, Jason Pierre-Paul, who got in there to blow that play up.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd down and 12. Here's Hill. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Brandon Graham, great pursuit there, getting the tackle for loss.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
Watson's throw into the hands of Kirk. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 14 yards, good for a Packer 1st down. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Alontae Taylor, and the Lions are going to take over at their own 41. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the 4th quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Mears used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. Boy, 203 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They go up the middle with Chubb. And he will have the 1st down as he gets this to the 47. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. He's going to be met at about the 43. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
They will look for some important yardage on 3rd down. From here, it would be a 60-yard boot. Now it's Hill. And that's going to be taken in by Ashton Dulin. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 32-yard line. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Chubb will get the call running left. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. A run for Nick Chubb. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 8.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
They'd love to get a little closer if they need to kick the field goal on 4th down. From this spot, it's 46 yards. Now Hill. And that is incomplete. 4th down now, and defensively, Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, over-excited, and blow an assignment and give up the big 1st down.
Blankenship's kick is good. Well, sometimes you get a mismatch in these divisional round games. Not here. This has been everything we could have hoped for.
Okay, Brandon, don't get mad at me, but it's time for the old cliche.
Bring it.
Neither of these teams deserves to lose, but in the end, it's looking like the late field goal is going to be the difference in this game.
That's a good cliche. We'll let that one go. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Here's Watson. Pass complete, it's Adams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Lions stay alive as we say thanks for watching and so long.